Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Postcards from My Golden Years, where we talk about all kinds of things that either have to do with aging or lifestyle or beauty, fashion, travel, dining out, you name it. Anyway, today my topic is going to be concealers. For most of us who are growing older, we're starting to have those lines and creases in our face. Some of us have more than others. And we wake up in the morning with dark shadows, and we're doing everything that we can to make them disappear for the rest of our day once we get our makeup on. So I wanted to just review with you the concealers that I have been trying and let you know what I think of them. And I'll let you know towards the end what my favorite one is. So I have 5 of them that I'm going to share with you. The first one I'm going to talk about is by Milani. Okay, and it's very inexpensive. I picked this one up at the drugstore. I don't see the price on it. I find Milani works very well. It's not my favorite, I will say that, but it does work very well. It covers well, and it seems to stay put for the better part of the day. I don't go out in the evening a lot during the week, so I don't typically check my face continually throughout the day and evening once I put my makeup on. I just sort of like put it on, set it, and forget it again until I go to bed at night and it's time to take it off. So I find that Milani covers well. I do use finishing powder after all of my concealer so it doesn't look so obvious. And of course my favorite concealing or finishing powder is Laura Mercier, and I use it with a powder puff, and it makes it all look perfect. Okay, so just to show you the applicator, it has one of these applicators on it. I'm not as crazy about this kind of an applicator. There's just something about applying it. I just don't feel like I'm getting enough of the concealer, so I feel like I always have to use a little bit more. It may just be a mental thing because of the shape of the applicator. So that is Milani. Okay, next. This one I got online, and I got an email. I don't remember how I got the email. I may have clicked on something on Facebook, and it's by Makiage, and it has an interesting name. It's the first part of it is F''CK. I'm flawless. That's the name. So I guess, let's see if I can get a close-up of the name on there for you. Okay, so the whole idea behind this is that they believe that this is like the world's greatest concealer, and it stays on through thick and thin, and it won't sweat off. And I do have to admit, if I had to pick a second favorite, this would be it. And I believe that I got this, it was on a trial basis. I had to complete the application, put my credit card information, and I don't think they billed me for about 28 days. So they mailed it out to me to try, and then the deal was that if I didn't like it, I just put it back in the box, mail it back to them, and they wouldn't bill me. I decided that I liked it, and I actually took it on a trip with me. Instead of my normal concealer, I was out of my normal favorite concealer. So I took this one with me, and this I did because I was on vacation and was occasionally going back to the hotel room, changing clothes, retouching my makeup, I was checking this throughout the day. Well, not all day, but I checked it at least a couple of times after I put it on at various points during the day. And I did find that it was still in place. I was still getting the coverage that I wanted from this. And let me show you the applicator for this one. And it also has one of those long applicators. And again, I'm just not crazy about that, the shape of the applicator. If it was more of the shape of my favorite concealer, I guess I'd like it better. But bottom line is, it does do the job, and that's the important part. So, and again, I use my finishing powder, my Laura Mercier finishing powder. That's a consistent product. I use that no matter what concealer I'm putting on. Always finish with the Laura Mercier finishing powder. So that one is by Il Makiage, and I'll leave the information on all of these in the comments in case you'd like to find a way to purchase these yourself. Okay, the next one is Sephora. Now, the Sephora concealer I have been using for years. And that was actually the very first concealer I ever tried. And let me just see if there is a name on it. This one is called Bright Future. And I never had a problem with this. I always found it to be great. It does have one of those long applicators that I'm not crazy about the shape of. But when I first started using this, I didn't know that there was a different kind of an applicator because it was the only concealer I was buying. I would go into Sephora, and if I needed concealer, I would just pick it all up there. It's inexpensive. You can find it online at Sephora. You can find it in the store. And it lasts really well through the day and into the evening. I never really checked really closely to see if any of the dark circles or darkness that I was trying to cover up was still there in the evening, because again, I'm not the kind of person who's constantly looking in the mirror. But I appeared fine. When I went to take it off at night, it was still there, or it appeared to be still there. So for me, that's good enough. Okay. So next, we have this one from NYX. And this one I just got recently. And it doesn't have an applicator. It has a little bottle that you squeeze under your finger. And it seems to work well. I used it one time, and I had no problem with it. So I wouldn't necessarily rave about it at the moment, except to say that it does offer really good coverage, which is what I was looking for. It was a little sticky for a little bit when I first put it on, as it is now. But the stickiness will eventually go away, especially once you put the finishing powder over it. That stickiness that a number of them have will be gone. But this is another option, and it's also inexpensive. I mean, you could pick this up at the CVS. Okay, the last one is Tarte Shape Tape. This one is by far my favorite. I've been using this one for over a year, and this one has my favorite applicator. See, it's nice and it's big and it's sort of slanted, and I feel like I'm getting a good amount of concealer, and I just dab it on and it works really well. So let me show you me putting it on before I put on the rest of my makeup. Show you how it works. First of all, this discoloration under my eyes and right here. This is what I use this for. So let me show you what I do. I put a couple dabs right there, maybe 3. Okay, and then I either use this little blender or I've got a little brush that I use for my concealers. And so I'm going to use the brush today. And I just pat it in. Now obviously I already have my foundation on. Just pat that in. Okay, and get that in there. And then I just go right across my eyelids with it. So I want to brighten up my whole eye area. Okay, and then I take my favorite Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I've got a little powder puff. And I sprinkle just a little bit on the powder puff. I don't want to do too much because I'm not sitting at my dressing table and I don't want it to fall on the floor. Okay, so I have this much powder, and then I fold the powder puff like that, and then like that, just to work the powder into it. And then I just press it on my eyes, and actually I go around my entire face, and it sets the rest of my makeup. And then I just go on with my bronzer and blush and eyes, and I'm good to go. Okay, and now back to me with the finished face and the rest of my makeup. So those are my top 5 favorite concealers at the moment. And I'm often trying out new products. I used to get an Allure beauty box each month, and Sephora has a beauty box each month, and Macy's used to do it. I don't know if they still do it. I canceled my subscription to that. I would be continually getting these boxes, and they're full of samples. You pay 1 monthly fee, and they send you a box, and it might be made up of some skincare products, eye products, lip products, an assortment, different assortment every month. So I literally have a drawer full of concealers and other makeup that I have yet to try, and I've canceled those subscriptions because I was just getting too many samples. One day maybe I'll do a video just going through those samples and trying everything out in a makeup with me video. But so those are my 5 favorite concealers. I will put all of the information below in the comments in case you'd like to try those concealers yourself. I thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I welcome your comments. If you're not a subscriber yet, I really hope that you will take a moment and click that subscribe button. And if you'd like to be reminded every time I send out or upload a new video, click the little bell and you'll get a quiet little notification letting you know that there's a new video to watch. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, if it provided any information of benefit to you, please give me a thumbs up. When you give me a thumbs up, it helps raise the algorithms on my videos and push them up so more people can see them, which in turn helps grow my channel. So again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time in the next video. Bye for now.